Yeah, man, it's the bop week.
Yeah.
So
trade deadline for your mind.
And a trade deadline.
Yep.
So we got a lot to talk about.
Yep.
Yes, indeed. Big, what's up, man?
Big game jams.
My boy Big in the background, man. He in the cut. He just chilling.
The final word.
He just chilling. Y'all know Big.
You feel me? Your lives be fresh. Your lives be fresh. You feel me? I'm with Law Nation, Lost Cowboys. They're killing the game right now. Please continue to go support these big dogs in the game, man. You know what I mean? Boss come with the real. I love listening to it. He talks the real. He talks about things that nobody talks about. And Law comes with all kind of things. Information, film study. So does Boss. You feel me? Just multifaceted. And I appreciate y'all.
I appreciate that, man. Big game James. Always spitting the real, man. I appreciate that.
The final word.
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 My Lakers won a game,
The
man.
final word.
Oh,
About time. I know you don't even say nothing about them Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Don't say nothing about them. Even though my boys choked against them damn OKC, I was mad as hell when they did that. But we got the magic, so I'm cool with that. I can't wait to play y'all because we're gonna become breaks off of y'all. You know that, right?
The final
So y'all
word.
know. I hope we do.
That's okay. That's okay.
we see y'all coming in, man.
Come on
Shout
in,
out to
man.
Anger.
Anger, damn. The Anger, that's the name.
He said, crank that dollars up, baby. The final word, 6 and 2.
Yeah, throw them dollars. Hey, throw them dollars. We love hollers.
Yeah, man, let's get them super chats going, bro. Let's go.
The final
We
word.
love hollers. I love the hollers.
Yeah, man, let's get the money. Let's get the bread. Yeah, man.
Come on. Cowboys, they trying to get this bread right. They 6-2. One of the top teams in the NFC. I mean,
The
and we still
final
complain
word.
about it for real. And that ain't a bad thing. You complain about a lot of people. We still frustrated.
The
but we
final
still
word.
frustrated. I just look at it like that. It's going to be a positive big game today. Objective big game today. Yes, all right. Take off. What up?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, man. So we a little bit different today,
The
man.
final word.
The
final word.
The final word.
The final
So
word.
now we at
final
mid-season
word.
talks from the final
The
word.
final
Let's
word.
go.
The final word.
The final word.
Mid-season
final
talks, baby.
word.
Let's go. Turn up that box. Let's go, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting
Hold
serious
on.
when you hear that beat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. We
It's
coming
getting
down the
serious when
tunnel,
you hear
man.
that.
It's finna ride,
Coming down the
baby.
It's getting serious when
Man,
it's
let's go.
getting serious when you hear that. Oh, here it is. And there it is.
Yeah.
Well, wait for that.
Yup.
Can we check or something? I've been really in the film.
Can I check something? Can I check something right
I've
quick?
been really in the film.
Let's go.
Can
I check something right quick?
I just wanna run it up.
Come on. Okay, go
Don't
ahead.
need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Oh, okay.
Kinda check or something. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count that.
On my soul, baby.
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change.
Telling you, man.
Got blues inside.
Come on.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still say and roll my change. Take some losses when I play.
Charge it to the game.
To the game.
Yeah, I'm with T-Black, I'm with Reverend now.
I can see somebody right now pouring up their drinks. Yeah.
Still the same, I switch sides.
Get right, baby.
Here we go. There you go. Go that holla out
Boy,
there.
that blazer right there. I was killing that blazer, man.
Yeah, you killing it, dog.
That blazer was hitting, baby.
We got the super chats rolling. Thank you, Queen. Appreciate that, Queen.
feel, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna
I love it, man. Y'all show love, man. We appreciate that, man. We always do.
Definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that, man.
All right, Law. So we gonna kick it off, bro. We always kick it off with you, Big Game. This time we gonna kick it off just a little bit different, then go right to you. Cool?
Let's go.
But this is from Law Page. Man, come on, dog. Man, come on, bro. Oh, come on. Dallas, come on.
You should have cued me in. You should have cued me in. Hey, you know what the craziest thing is about this breaking news? Is that
What's
I
that,
said,
bro?
somebody hit me up and said, watch, when it's all said and done, the Cowboys going to come out with a story on about a guy that they almost signed. We all see what had happened was.
See, what happened was, we was on the phone with him and Big, what's your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, Big Game. And see what had happened was, the Cowboys almost, and the ink ran out of paper, and the paper ran out of ink.
And it was right at 3:00 Central. We tried, dog. We tried,
Nobody
dog.
wanted Tristan Hill, who we set out on a healthy stretch. How you gonna try to trade a guy that you had a healthy stretch on last game?
Oh man, I can't wait to hear Big. What you got, boy? Woo.
I mean, I'm gonna just keep it real. I'm not tripping.
Yep.
And you know why I'm not tripping?
Okay.
I'm not tripping. You know why I'm not tripping? Because
Talk to me,
I know
dog.
the Cowboys. I know the Cowboys. I know the team. I'm sorry, everybody that was jumping in the media, y'all, you just said it, Law. You just said it, Law, that you knew they were going to come out or felt like they were going to come out with a story and say we tried as much as we could, but we know the Joneses, right? So I'm not tripping because I know the Joneses. I know the Cowboys. I know how they operate.
Yeah,
I was surprised that they went out there and got Jonathan Hankins, but they spent a 7th round, so they got him for nothing. And when we see you getting rid of Tristan Hill, that's you to say. And when I made that post about John Ridgeway playing over there in Washington, getting a whole bunch of reps, Jonathan Hankins is assigning to say, shut up. We lost John Ridgeway. We hear y'all in them streets. So we'll go ahead and get rid of a Tristan Hill because we probably wasn't going to get nothing from him anyway like that. We ain't try real hard anyway. We got Jonathan Hankins, who's a big boy. We're going to rely on our defense now. We're going to say we're a defensive team. We're going to try to do something to plug the run and say we're a defensive team. We like our guys. That's what they're saying. They've been said that. CeeDee Lamb, you got Michael Gallup. And this is what I'm saying from their perspective. We got Michael Gallup, who's going to continue to get healthier. We got James Washington coming back. We like our tight ends. The young tight ends are playing well with the offensive line. We can move. We have moving parts. And we just dropped 49 on the Chicago Bears with our franchise quarterback back. So we feel like we're okay. I'm just saying from their perspective of what they're saying and why they didn't do it. If you look at their stats right now, 131 yards rushing in the league. That's 11th. They're holding the team to 16 points a game. That's 3rd. They moved up already in points per game with 22 with the big scoring. They're 14th. They're going to look at those things. 1st in sacks, 33. They're going to say, we're okay. We don't need to make that move. But, yeah, we'll jump in the media and say we did. But going forward, we think we can win this with what we got.
We like our guys. And shout out to 24/7. He donated. This is not funny. You know what I'm saying? So appreciate it for the super chat. You're right, man. It's not funny, but it's one of those things where the Cowboys, they really believe in their system and their philosophy. Think about this. People said, well, why don't you give up a 1st-round draft pick for said such and such player? Well, didn't this year on the latter ends, we got a Tyler Smith who they can look at it and say, hey, we were right about this, right? And then if you look at the 2nd-round draft pick, you really don't want to get rid of that because Trayvon Diggs, see what he's doing. Sam Williams, see what he's doing. So the Cowboys value their draft capital. It is the bloodline of the Cowboys, and it's the philosophy because I know Boss Cowboy, I'm going to throw this at you. You already
Uh-oh.
did your homework on what they like with their guys and how they like to spend less money and say that they like to develop guys instead of going out there and getting guys. Can you break it down a little further?
Yeah, man, I didn't expect a handoff, but thank you, bro. I would take it. I was thinking about this today, Law. I was listening to Stephen Jones' interview, and y'all know I do a lot of that. I always listen to them very intently, and it was one of the things that I noticed that stood out to me. He hardly ever mentions even the current free agents that's on his team. Because when he was talking about the other offensive linemen, notice this for yourself. Everybody that's listening, notice this for yourself. When he started talking about the future with offensive line, he never brings up Avion Collins. Never. He never brings him up because it is a bias towards developing the young guys and drafting. And this is just the facts, and I'm gonna turn it back over to you, Law. The facts are, and I really just thought about this today, we don't build through the draft, and I think we need to stop saying it. We replace through the draft. We don't build.
On my soul.
We had a chance to build now. See, we could have built on the trade deadline, but we didn't build. And just notice, we just replacing Tyron Smith. We replaced Romo. We replaced Murray. We replaced Dez. We replaced Cooper. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We just replace. We don't build through the draft. We replace.
That is a great observation there. And when he's saying replace, like, for example, it was time for CD Lamb to be in that shoot, even though this is his third season. You would say it would be better if you kept a veteran wide receiver next to him, but they replaced. And if your theory and your philosophy is right, they did the same thing, because I was scratching my head when they drafted Dez Bryant. I said, why don't you just hold on to Terrell Owens, right?
Right.
And let that be the monster of a machine to have Terrell Owens with Dez Bryant. But what they wanted to do is replace T.O., right?
Right.
And oh, man, you a genius, man. Oh, my goodness.
Man, I appreciate that, Law. Let me give myself a hand.
Yo.
I heard today I'm a genius about my dog, Law. Give myself a hand, damn it.
Can I jump in there?
Of course.
Am I allowed to jump in there and say it as well?
Yeah, get in on that.
Tag.
He's a double genius. I never really looked at it like in that aspect. But damn, now I'm gonna think about that damn near all the damn time when they draft. Now it's gonna be in my damn head like you just tattooed something on my brain. With that analogy, it's a really good analogy when you really think about it. And it's 100% correct, man. When you just look at they replace the players.
That's how we do.
We see it. We see it with the young players, and that's why he highly mentions them all the time. You know, he's always like, we like our young guys. We like our. You rarely, if you really look at his players, when you talk about the offensive line, or any type of players on the team, he always does highlight the young players that they have on the team. But I said in this tweet earlier, boss, just bouncing off that. Yeah, it's just kind of strange to me, but we see the philosophy. We know the philosophy that don't get high hopes on stop talking about getting a high price free agent. That's why I just want Cowboys people stop talking about that. Then you won't get mad. That's why I ain't mad. Right? Don't get mad about that, because you need to stop talking about it like they're going to do it. Yeah. What is the history shown that they're going to do? The history shows what they're doing is they're staying to it. When Stephen Jones said specifically how we're going to do this, he has stayed to it and has not deviated from it. And we know they're hard-headed, just like you said, Law. They are out to prove that we're going to do it this way, and we're going to win it this way, no matter what. And we're not going to deviate from it no matter what, because we like this way to do it. Why? Because I'm not going to gamble on a player that might get hurt. This is what I'm thinking, boss and Law. Just how y'all feel about this. Yeah. This is what I feel like Stephen Jones is saying. I'm not going to get a big name player or our top guy. You know why? Because what if he gets hurt? And then all that money I spent on him and he's hurt. Now, if I draft me a player, right, and he get hurt, I'm okay. I only spent like $1 million or $2 million on him. He all right. He get better. I give me some little these free agents, undrafted free agents, take his place. You know what I'm saying? We'll be okay. I got some core guys. You know what I mean? They got to fight for their money. I'm gonna give you some, but y'all got to fight for it. But I'm gonna always go with these young guys because y'all cheaper. I'm gonna take that gamble on somebody who's cheaper and talent, in my opinion, than somebody who I know who's talent, but there's that price tag with it, and I don't want this money to be messed up for the whole thing of Dallas because it's all bigger than that, for real. So when he looks at these other players, I'm not going to jump out there and do that because I really feel like Boston Law, he looks at that injury. He looks at these players like your boy that just went over from J.C. Jackson.
Right.
He just got hurt, right?
Right.
They spent that big money on him, right?
Right.
You don't think Stephen Jones don't look at that and sit there and say, that's why I don't do it. That's why I don't do it. That's why I'm going to take my chance with a young guy because I ain't paying that kind of money for him getting hurt like that. I'd rather spend it on the cheap guy.
Yeah, man, you spitting so much truth. Before we let my guy go, I see him jumped into the building here, the OC. I just want to say this, that the Cowboys' philosophy is that also they would never admit that they were wrong. You know, we're looking at Amari Cooper, and there's no way that we can look back and say that James Washington and Jalen Tolbert will be the adequate voided spot that they can fill in with those guys. No, we're still looking for a replacement for Amari Cooper, but hopefully down the line, and of course we had Dennis Houston, I can go on, and the Cowboys will not go and say, hey man, we need that other wide receiver. You know why? We just put up 49 points against the Bears, but keep in mind, I'm not trying to sully nor denigrate or take away from that win. The Bears were 29th against the rush. Yeah, we had a running back to score 3 tubs against that rushing defense. I get all of that. But what happens when you go down further down the line when you have to lean on those wide receivers to actually get separation? And I don't want to hear this because I said it before, and I said it to this panel, that Dak Prescott cannot have the type of game that Josh Allen just had, and they won. He threw 2 interceptions. We still talking about the 1 interception that Dak Prescott threw, right? Dak Prescott can't play like even Aaron Rodgers, who had a 1 interception just the other day. Dak Prescott got to damn near be perfect, flawless, without getting the criticism, all of the heat, and all of the negative thoughts, because this right here, we are 1 tweak ankle away for the Cowboys looking just like Aaron Rodgers, just like those other teams without their star-studded wide receiver. And then everybody's going to be pointing the finger at Ray Dakota Prescott and saying, hey, you see, you paid a man $40 million. Well, what you expect when you rolled out a guy that's coming out of ACL injury, right, who's trying to come back into the game. Michael Gallup, shout out to what he's doing. And you also got a guy by the name of Noah Brown, who in most people's team is like their 3rd or 4th option. And CeeDee Lamb, he's coming along his way. But what I've seen in the NFC is that the Minnesota Vikings said, you know what, we're going to add 2 and give T.J. Hawkinson to that particular quarterback. I literally seen Josh Allen get added to with Naheem Naheem, whatever that man's name, Hines, whatever, you know. And even the guy on the other side, Pat Mahomes. They added 2. They add 2. They don't take away. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. Man, go ahead, the OC. I know I ain't trying to hog the mic. I can go on for hours.
3, 2, 1, drop it.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
Grill, drop it hard.
Let's go.
Well, listen, Law, listen, Big, listen, I agree with both of you guys. I mean, we are great budgeters, but what's the use in budgeting and saving money and being a rich man when you don't invest, when there's great opportunities before you? And so that would be the only weakness that I see. The Cowboys do not invest, right? You got all this money saved and stashed, you're rich as I don't know what, but then you don't want to spend money when you can get a return on investment and where the tables are really in your favor to take this whole NFC see if you do just a little bit more. So that is my issue there.
Right.
Furthermore, Law, you brought it out of me, okay? And I wasn't going to say this today, Law, but Law, you brought this out of me.
Come on.
The issue is we're not elite at wide receiver. We ain't elite. We're not elite. CeeDee Lamb is not elite. Michael Gallup is not elite. They're good receivers. They're not great receivers.
Yeah.
All right. And that's the issue here. And that's the reason why we need to use 31 personnel, as I've said before. That's the reason why you got to throw the running back the ball out of the backfield and use West Coast concepts, because you got to create scenarios where you can get CeeDee Lamb one-on-one. You can get Michael Gallup, who's still recovering. He can't cut good left to right. He can sprint, but he can't cut real good left to right because he had a torn ACL. You rushed him back on the field, fine, so he's out here. But you need to be creative with this offense in order to be successful. And listen, when it comes down to it, guys, it's going to be a play or two that determines who gets to the Super Bowl. It's going to be a big play or two.
Oh my
And
soul.
so do you have that extra piece that can take you over the top? That's the question.
Dracarys.
Hit the wrong button. This the right one.
Dracarys.
That's it. That's
Still
it.
got some yoga
Yeah,
man
man. That was actually straight
He
business.
still got that was straight business.
That was straight. I'll save it. I know he gonna come back.
okay.
He go repeat. I know it. All right, check this
Hey,
out.
boss,
Yo.
before you say that,
Oh,
can I say this? Oh shoot.
my bad.
No, you good.
My bad.
Can I say this? Can I say this though too?
Yeah.
Is this going to be the easy way for them to say CeeDee Lamb is not the guy as well?
What you mean? Explain that, bro.
Okay, so you just heard what OC said when he said our receivers aren't elite, right?
Yep.
And we feel they are good, and we there's a lot of agreement that we kind of seen them, and a lot of us probably don't believe CeeDee Lamb is going to be the guy in the big moment. I mean, just let's keep it real. A lot of us just don't believe it. We're hoping. A lot of us just don't believe it. We knew kind of with Dez and T. We kind of knew with them, but we just hoping with CD. And
Yeah,
I don't know how
that's
y'all
just
feel,
real.
but that's how I feel.
That's
you
real.
know what I'm saying?
That's
I
really
just be
dope.
hoping he make it, but I don't think he gonna do it. That's just how I feel now about CD. Okay, I'm sorry. I ain't hating on you,
Man,
CD. But that's how I
no.
feel.
You doing good. You doing good because you
Oh.
dragging me further into what I was gonna say, man. I'm sorry, Big. I'm sorry, Big. I'm sorry,
Hey,
Big.
y'all
I'm sorry.
gonna
Go
stop
ahead.
cutting me
I'll
off
see.
too, cause I got
Hey,
something to say
no.
too, man. The South
Okay,
got
I'll be
something
real
to say.
quick. I'm be done with this this end part of it. All I was saying was, is this the way for them to say, see, that's why we're not gonna pay CD Lamb too? Bink.
Man, listen, I'm going to say something real quick about that. Listen, if you want more content about this, shameless plug, man, check out the channel, Boss Cowboy Sports, tomorrow, because I made a video regarding this very topic in CeeDee Lamb. Listen, this is going to be true blue, in my opinion, Big. It's true blue. Is, hey, man, we gave you an opportunity. Hey, man, you know, against good competition. Hey, how was your production? It's going to be just real what it is. It's not a setup. It's just, did you grow up? It's not a setup. Did you grow up? And here's the deal, man. CeeDee Lamb hadn't grown up yet, man. He hadn't grown up yet. He just, and I'm not saying that he won't, because he's still young, but
Yeah,
I'm
he's
saying at
super
this
young.
point,
Yeah.
he's not that guy.
And this is what I wanted to say about the trade deadline. Never again will they get me. Because, you know, they always do it to us. And this time I kind of believed it, to the OC's point.
Ah, they got you. They get you, boss.
I'm just being real. Can I be real, dog? Can I just keep it 100?
They got you. Yep, show them what they
They was lucid, talking me in, saying they wasn't getting ready to pull this
got you.
football. That's what they was saying. And this is what I was saying. Truly,
You
they
had that look
see.
too.
Yeah.
Look, you had this boss right there.
That's
Look,
me.
this boss
That's
doing
me.
just like that.
Yeah, that's me, dog. I was sitting there, Big. I promise you, I was sitting there like, surely y'all see how weak the division is. I mean, surely y'all see how weak the NFC is. Truly, you see that you won
Right.
4 games with a backup quarterback. Truly, you see that you just need to invest, not even all in. We're not even begging for DJ Moore. We asking for the 3rd-tier receivers now. Right? I'm like, I know you get it. You get it.
Yeah.
And then they on air saying, Yeah,
And they
I
do it
would give
again.
up the future for the opportunity we have now. That's what Jerry said 2 days ago.
Yeah,
And then
but
Michael
boss, you got,
Gilkin. No, hold on. I wasn't believing them. Michael Gilkin came out. They are looking at receiver. They really are. They are looking at it.
Look at boss. Got him.
Got me.
Got him. Got him.
Coach.
Got him. Look at the look afterwards, yup. And that's what they're saying to
but
you.
boss,
See, shouldn't have believed it.
Shouldn't have believed it.
But should the
dog.
captain of the
Walk,
Kool-Aid
walk.
committee, I got some optimism and hope for you. Get your head off of that button. We got James Washington coming, baby. You better watch out. He's going to be that wide receiver, baby.
James Wash. James Wash.
James Washington.
Wait.
He's gonna be like Doris Armstrong, baby. They was right.
I thought you was serious, dog.
Look, I'm serious. I'm serious a little bit, man. Y'all better watch out, man. James Washington.
hey, boss,
We 6-2, baby.
boss, I'm so surprised they got you. I'm surprised they got you, boss, because all you had to do was listen to Jerry earlier today.
No, I
he
heard
said
what-
at the
no, I
very end
did.
of his interview.
He
No,
said
I heard
too.
it
At the
today.
very end, hold on, boss, hold on.
I
At the
know what
very
you finna
end,
say.
he said more than likely not. That's what he said. He said more than likely not.
He said more than that, OC. This is when I knew. This is when I knew.
I know.
Let me tell you when I knew he got me, dog. I'm gonna tell you when I knew this morning when he said,
gotta run.
"You gotta wait on the phone to ring." I said, "I said he got me, dog. He got me. He got me, dog."
That's him right there.
Oh, boss.
He
Watch
got
him
me.
turn. Watch
When
the
he
ball turn
said,
and look. Look. Throw it in slow motion. And blink.
"Yeah, that was me falling for it until this morning," and then boop, they pulled it on us. He said, "We gotta wait on the
Did it in
phone."
slow mo. Did it in
Slow
slow mo.
motion.
Facts.
Come
And he
on,
said,
boss,
if
you
it
knew
comes
better
to
than
you,
that.
he said, sometime if it comes to
If
you,
it come to you, I'm like, "Oh, they ain't
if
hungry.
it comes to you.
They
That
ain't
man is
aggressive."
80. That man is 80.
Yeah, he got me. Hey, but I'm being honest. He got me, dog. He Charlie Brown, your boy. I ain't gonna even lie. Hey, so I don't want to focus too much on the past, y'all. Too much, but I want to bring this up too. Oh, y'all, that boy started laughing. You first did, Law. What you got, dog?
Well, he's supposed to be the guy that we were to watch all of the highlight clips of, because remember, he was our first pick. He was our first round pick. He was our first pick in the second round. You guys remember him? Tristan
Yep.
Hill. And
Number
we picked-
58.
number 58. And he was the guy that was supposed to be the difference maker. I think that we were happy and all excited when he got a chance to be drafted here. But we had some pauses because he was benched even in college, right? For effort and for other things. And we're sitting there like, all right, well, let's give him a chance. Let's give him an opportunity. But for right now, he's shaped out and he's shaped up a whole lot better than what we're seeing out of Kelvin Joseph so far. Second round draft picks so far for the Cowboys been hit or miss. You know, either you hitting it or you missing it. Bruce Carter, Sean Lee, who else was the second round? Jalen Smith, you know,
Fourth rounders too.
fourth rounders too. So I don't know. I think that the Cowboys did themselves a disservice by healthy scratching him and then try to offer to put him on the trading blocks, and then for them to ultimately get rid of him without even due process. Because now I don't know. I don't know why would they get rid of him. What we finna bring in unless tomorrow there's finna be some breaking news that the Cowboys bringing in a Sue or the Cowboys bringing in a DB, Sidney Jones or somebody to help alleviate some of the pains that we got out of Anthony Brown. We need to hear some type of news to give us some reassurance with this team, in my opinion.
Well. Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna just now, Law. Law on some of this, I see it a little bit differently because from day one, Tristan Hill was overdrafted. Okay, from day one, this dude was overdrafted. he was picked before he should have been picked. And so because of that, he comes in here with undue pressure and not the physical maturity, the mental maturity to perform on the level in which he was picked. Unlike a Kelvin Joseph who had the physical tools, but it seems like mental stuff and all field stuff is distracting him. Now, here's the deal: when you bring in my guy from the Raiders, when you bring in the big baby, the fatty that I want in here, that's 350 and that can clog up the A and the B gap, and he did a good job per a film you released today, Law. Right? So when you see that performance. Right, when you see that performance, and then you see also, man, the maturation of Osa, you see all the rest of the defensive line coming along, and then you see a guy like him, and you say, he makes a couple plays, he's okay, but he's not just quite good enough. He doesn't do anything well enough to warrant this roster spot. So this was the inevitable, man. This was the inevitable.
Yeah. So what you gonna do with that extra space now? Slide up what Terrell Basham? Go ahead.
Here's the thing though, Law. Just kind of bouncing off OC. Just to go back to that point I was saying, when they looked at Tristan Hill, just like bouncing off OC, he was overdrafted, and then Rob Marinelli. That was Rob Marinelli's pick. That wasn't a Dan Quinn pick. That was Marinelli's guy.
True.
So he had already been in the doghouse. So it wasn't like he had to play his way out of the doghouse for real. And he did that. But at the end of the day, remember, Boss Man, you had already talked about that lineup where I didn't like him in the middle with Osa. He was too small. I said I did not like that.
Y'all
and Big, you also pointed out, which was accurate, that Philly was running in that middle every time we rotated him in the middle.
Every time they went right to it.
Now they gave him a good grade. He got a good grade, but that grade is one, bro. I don't believe none of it.
But here's the thing, though, boss. You feel me? He's just too small in that middle, and we all know that.
Fit, dog.
And for them to keep doing that, it's like, okay, like I said, I felt like this was the trade-off. We already probably liked Hankins. Now we don't like him. Now we don't have to spend all kind of, what's that?
That's my phone, bro. Amber Alert.
Okay.
You know
Amber Alert.
Okay.
She all right?
I got two phones over here, man.
So.
You know, I'm over here like I'm doing something.
Dog.
You feel me? You know what I mean?
Emotional damage.
Pages, man.
But just when I was saying about with Tristan Hill, man, I feel like they were just like, okay, he's probably not going to be with us anyway. Let's see if there's anybody out there. And ain't nobody really talking about him. So we just released him because we got Jonathan Hankins, who's a big boy who we feel like we need in the middle. We still got Bohanna. We can rotate like OC was talking about Osa Ogadazua. We can rotate Gallimore in there. He's a big boy too. Now we feel okay in the middle, and we can roll with that the rest of the way. And we lost John Ridgeway, because I feel like they were looking at that John Ridgeway, and people in the streets were talking about John Ridgeway. So this is their trade-off to say, oh, well, we got Jonathan Hankins. We don't have the Ridgeway, but we got
Execute Order 66.
Yeah, man. Let me jump in here
You gotta find
man.
that. Go get it.
No, OC, let me. OC, like he don't know he's super loud. Let me turn up my boy audio till we get him fixed. So real quick. He slamming those. OC, he got to learn.
Turn up.
I mean, you can hear everything. But anyway,
Everything. Turn up.
I like it, bro. I like it. It's
Do you feel what I was saying though?
I definitely feel what you were saying. I like it for also additional reasons with what you were saying.
Talk to us.
I'm looking at it from a message sent at the midpoint of our season that nobody's safe, and I love it. You know, it's unfortunate because he was a good player. You know what I mean? But sometimes I like it when messages are sent to stay hungry, stay aggressive. You know, stay hungry. It can be you. Even if it's not fair, it could be you. So stay hungry. Give the NFL all you got. Because you could be a good player like Tristan Hill and be out of here just because you was in a room too deep. It was too many 3 techs. We needed 1 techs. So we start pushing up 1 techs and we start pushing out 3 techs. Facts. And then he also got to be semi-shamed a little bit because Carlos Watkins, obviously, to the coaches, outshined him because he had to come off the practice squad and he got some tick. And when they measured both of them guys together, they said, Tristan, you are lacking, dog.
Yeah.
So I think it's the perfect message to be sent midpoint of the season to try to help with penalties and everything. It's a message. So that's what I feel what you're saying, Big, but I also want to add that to it. That it's tough, but I like it in terms of us trying to prepare for a Super Bowl. So yeah, another thing real quick I want to definitely bring out. And I just want to ask y'all a question. Obviously, we're at the midpoint of the season. So I just want to go around the circle and say, what's y'all thoughts generically about where we are mid-season? Where do you see us going? I'm just opening it wide open. Just, we have been on the path. What's y'all thoughts? Where do you think we going? Whatever. Just, we at the midpoint. I'm going to start with you, Law.
Well, a good test for us, believe it or not, will be the Green Bay Packers. I know that both teams will be geared up to play each other, and I look at it like this. Yes, we put up 49 points against the Chicago Bears, but I didn't see a Savage in the backfield. I didn't see an Eric Stokes. I didn't see Zaire Alexander. And, hey, Big Game James. And boss, y'all know Zaire Alexander. I don't even have to go into details.
Aaron Jones over there too.
Aaron
Jones over there too.
And that's on the
and
defense.
they gonna run that ball.
They gonna run
they sleeping.
Oh, they definitely gonna run.
It's a lot of people sleep on them being committed to the run. Law. I saw you trying to explain that to some people today. They wasn't getting
Aaron Jones
it. They was like
Minnesota.
I'm like, whoa, Green Bay.
Aaron Jones had career games against Dallas.
Man, they finna run the ball.
If it's anybody else that I would love to see silver and blue on, would be that guy, because he plays like a baby Emmett mixed with Barry Sanders when he played against the Cowboys. He had 4 touchdowns. Shout out to Coach A.J. Jones. He reminded me to go look up that game in 2019, by the way, and he had 4 touchdowns rushing, and then he had over 80 yards or close to 100 yards receiving in that game. It wasn't Aaron Rodgers. It was more so Aaron Jones, and now they got a Dillon guy. So I'm going to have to see this team be prepared and ready to have the wide receivers to catch the ball against those DBs, and also have our running approach and a running attack to do theirs. Now, another thing that's been a thorn on our side, I know we're going to talk about midway through the season, but there's nobody in the National Football League that's been targeted more than Anthony I Get Down Brown. He's been targeted 59 times, and there's nobody in the National Football League that got receptions allowed more than Anthony Brown. So those 2 categories of being in that is terrible. He is being picked on. Somebody need to slow that down. I suggest, and I'm going to get it from you guys, especially you, Boss Cowboy and Big Game James, the Minister of Defense. How about kicking Anthony Brown inside and just sliding your boy Bland on the out?
Love it.
Hand clap. I love that.
Because go ahead, Big.
I was just gonna get my quick thought, quick. What we say, mid-season thoughts.
Yeah, mid-season thoughts.
I mean, we're 6-2. I said we're gonna be 4-4. Yeah. So I said we're gonna be 4-4 in the midpoint, and then go on a big run after this.
Right.
So 6-2 is good. You had a backup. I'm feeling with Law what he's talking about with Anthony Brown. But here's my thing too with it. I'm frustrated with this Kelvin Joseph thing. Like, why can't this dude play? It pissing me off, dog. Like, you talk about this Anthony Brown. Why the hell you can't just throw Kelvin Joseph in the damn lineup, sit Anthony Brown's butt down, and just play Deron Bland? Trevin Diggs and Kelvin Joseph. I don't get it. Like, I don't get that just playing him because Anthony Brown is going back to what we thought. He got coached up last year, played out of his mind, but now we understand what it really was. Some people just play out of their mind that 1 year. Remember Jeremy Lin? Y'all remember Jeremy Lin? Remember when he came with the New York and he played that little, had that little Jeremy Lin was going
Lin
crazy.
Sanity.
Lin Sanity. He was going crazy. And then what happened? Then what happened?
Hold on, let me hit the button. Let me hit the button.
You feel me?
Where the air freshener law? Where the
I need
You
to
know
have
what I'm
some over
saying?
here.
So it came back to the real Anthony Brown. You know what I'm saying? The real Anthony Brown is back. So why in the hell can't you just do that? So, I mean, I just feel like the only thing that is I feel like is good for Dallas, in my opinion, is the NFC is weak, it's wide open. It's for the taking. That's why we're frustrated why you didn't make the move, because it's there for the taking. But if you look at it right now, I'm just hoping. That's all I can. I'm just
before you end that point, Big Game James. That's what they did with Tristan Hill, right? They put him over Gallimore to see, hey, let's see what he got. Let's see what he can do. What game are you willing to sacrifice, Big Game James, boss, OC, to just say, okay, Kelvin, let's see what you can do. We'll give you a full game. Because you can't get DBs, you can't give them a series.
But here's the thing, though, Law. You right on that, but here's the thing. We saw it last year. Wasn't we excited last year? The last 2 games of the year when Kelvin Joseph got a lot of work.
That didn't count though. I need a
that
full
Washington game counted. That Washington game counted. He played good in that Washington game.
But Brown is trending down. That's the point that you was making, Law.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, OC.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a question. Is Kelvin Joseph being punished? Because think about this.
So.
This is the team of second tendency, all right? And we knew about the case this spring, okay? And miraculously, almost, I mean, divine intervention of God, Jerry Jones, he's not implicated. He's exonerated.
Yeah.
When someone was killed, think about this.
Yeah.
So we don't got proof, and we never will. Okay, never will.
Right, never will.
But could it be possible that a really nice big brother helped him, and they are a little mad at him, and they are like, "Nah, you go sit whatever." That he's being punished. Just an ideal. Is he being punished?
No,
I'm just curious.
To counter that,
I think Marcus said it.
What's that?
What'd he say?
I can't even see it.
Brown is a son.
Yeah, he got a sponsor in there, you know. But here's the thing, though.
Hey, Judge, you can sit there and say Jordan Lewis was a son, but unfortunate injury only helped him, because we already said, you've been saying it, Law, for the last 2-3 weeks that, and I've been bouncing off you, Jordan Lewis got to go. Play Deron Bland now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He got to go. And this is the situation where, just like you said, might be Brown is a son, because
he is.
Just love him. Remember I said he gonna be the Orlando Scandrick of the team, getting 17 contracts.
Yep.
He's the Orlando Scandrick of the team. He just keep getting contracts. We like, why the hell Orlando Scandrick still on the damn
You can clearly
team?
see who the sons. I can name you the sons.
But before you name the son, before you name the
Jabril
son,
Cox ain't no son.
He showed but before you name the sons,
okay,
Kelvin Joseph been a beacon of light. He's been a bright light on that special team.
On special teams.
Oh my goodness, he get down there. That's all I wanted to say.
He playing the type of special teams that when you supposed to play him at corner just because of how he playing special teams. And you supposed to give him some. You supposed to give him a reward for that type of special teams play.
And one more thing. We would know everything about this team, about the sons and everything, and the stepchild and all of this, if Damone Clark don't start against Green Bay, because Anthony Barr hamstring is all together. Because I truly believe that Damone Clark should have that role. They shouldn't bench that man after what we seen against Chicago. I just think that they go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off and thank Anthony Barr to be that bridge. You're right. Be that bridge. Use that bridge. And
Be there for us if he get hurt.
Right. Because Damone Clark crossed that bridge already. You don't need to put Anthony Barr back in. And now we need one more linebacker to go, but I ain't going to say anything about him. But y'all go ahead.
I want to talk about these Suns, though. I want to get out these Suns real quick. I want to name them. I'm going to name the Suns. Because some people, just real quick, some people be like, when they hear us talk about some of these Suns, they say, you racist. Okay. I'm going to tell you right off the bat. Some of these sons black.
Gallup is a son.
Gallup is a son. Noah Brown is a son.
He's a
Anthony
super son.
Brown is a son. LVE is a son. And let me tell you what's good. OC crazy.
Yeah, he's super son.
Let me tell you what a
super
son
son.
really is. Son is somebody that front office bet on. Because then they don't want to be wrong, so they keep giving them chances over and over. That's why I say some of our players, they get put on a 6-year optimism plan. It don't matter if you white, it don't matter if you black. If they bet on you, OC funny laughing. I'm serious though. Bro, some people get put on a 6-year optimism plan, bro. Like it makes no sense for LVE to be the captain at his salary. I'm sorry. Your salary alone should disqualify you because the market said you shouldn't be our captain. But yet, who the one? Hey guys, up. Hey guys. Shit. Man, you better. Yeah, it's the politics. That's the Achilles heel of the Dallas Cowboys.
But I want to jump back in, boss, on a couple of things and players you guys were talking about. Listen, Bland looks to me like he could be the real deal.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's big, he's strong, he's physical, he can run.
Yeah.
I mean, man, this guy looks better than Joseph. He looks better than Joseph when Joseph got reps. Right?
Yeah.
So to
he
me,
poised. He got corner poise. He don't panic when the ball is in the air. He got a swag about himself. He got a true corner mentality. Go ahead, OC.
yeah, man. And so to me, you got to rock with this guy. And then to Law's point, which I grossly agree with. I've watched film, the plays that Clark was in at linebacker. He may be, besides Michael Parsons, the fastest dude out there. There was the play where he was weak side linebacker. Listen to me. There was a play when he was weak side linebacker and Justin Fields bust out of the right side. He ran past Kurtz. He ran past 3 people to push Fields out of bounds on the opposite sideline.
Yep.
So I look at him playing gaps. I look at him shedding blocks. He's not perfect, no. But, man, really strong outing, man. First game, man. I see him tackling in space. I see him covering backs out of backfield. I see him doing everything that made him look so good at LSU. I see glimpses of it in the first game. You need to put this young man on the field.
Somebody asked, is Boss a son? I mean, is Dak a son? Hell no, Dak is not a son. No.
Boss wasn't going to say that. You knew Dak wasn't going to say that.
Man.
You knew Boss wasn't going to say that.
Hey, we know boss, we know for sure.
Dak is
He ain't no son,
dog.
He is not a son because he didn't take that contract. That tell you right there he ain't a son.
Yeah.
He didn't take that contract.
And it was how they did him too, dog. It was how they did him. They disrespected Dak way too much for him to be a son.
If he was a son, he would have took that contract. If he was a son, he would have took that first contract. He said nope. And
okay,
I'm gonna
here's
put a
one.
trade clause in here.
Oh, see, I want to ask you a question real quick. Yeah, Zeke a son. He a son. He a son.
Oh, he a super son.
Hey, but check this out real quick. OC, did you know that Next Gen clocked Clark as the fastest linebacker this year?
Wow.
Even over Parsons?
I did not know that.
I knew you didn't by what you said, because you said because I knew you didn't know that Next Gen clocked him in that game as the fastest linebacker in the league.
That dude is running.
Hey, boss.
Boss. That dude is running, man.
Boss.
What's up, big?
Boss.
Yeah.
If you could go to the Twitter,
Uh-huh.
Last week we had our show last week, right?
Yeah.
And they said they was gonna activate Damone Clark, right?
Yep.
If Rewind that tape. I was screaming on this daggone show, said Damone Clark about to turn all the way up, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to turn all the way up. And he
Yep,
turned
did
all
say
the way
that.
up. But there's a game, though, and this is the game. You just, OC, when we talked about how fast he ran, and Micah Parsons even says he's one of the fastest linebackers on the team. There's a game when I did a breakdown of Damone Clark where they played the UCLA Bruins. They have a tight end who's over there turning up with the Denver Broncos. I don't know how to say his last name. Greg Dulich, whatever, from UCLA. LSU played. He played Dulich. So Dulich is over there turning up. They just activated him off the IR, and he's already going nuts. He's a good tight end. Dallas wanted them as well, but he got drafted ahead. Yep. Now, in that game, they threw a pass over the middle, and if you could find it somewhere later on, boss, find it.
On your Twitter?
A pass where he throws. No, it's on my Big Game James page where it shows. And that's the thing that really got me excited about Damone Clark was I saw him. Dulis caught the ball, and he was about 15 yards ahead of him. 15, maybe 16. And Clark ran him all the way down, did not give up. He outran everybody on that team. Dulis scored, okay? Dulis scored at the end, but it was like right at the goal line. And that's when Damone Clark tackled him. And that's when I said, I want this dude.
Man, y'all mess with Big if you want to. Ooh, boy, look at Big. Boy, y'all got Big.
Hey, my cousin though, he a beast. Fit Go. If you ever listen to Selfish Plug, Fit Go. He got his own gym. He's out there working. He got 2 guys signed under him right now. One guy is 9-0, promoting him. He's doing his thing. Actually has a real chance to actually do something in that middleweight class. So keep an eye out on. I'll figure his name out because I haven't really stayed on it. Huh?
You South?
Am I Southpaw? Yes, sir. Yes,
okay. Sir. Oh my God, man, you a sneaker brother right over there, boy.
Hey, boy. Hey, your stance look beautiful too, by the way, good. Dog. Your stance.
Hey, I had to give him. You see my cuz, he all the way on it with the defense.
And I see you been in the gym, boy. You in that gym for real.
I'm trying. I'm
a fighter like too, bro. So I know.
I already know you mean.
Yeah, bro. But I see you mean. I ain't gonna get. I ain't gonna get a ring with you, dog.
I got y'all on my team. I got y'all, man. I got the big OC who really good. Yeah, I'm just saying. Hey, you don't want this tall guy right behind me, LL Cool J. You don't want LL
Cool J. We gonna have to get into that boxing talk. We will have to get to that point. But real quick, going back to the Cowboys real quick. So, OC, did you get your opinion on like where are we in terms of mid-season and what you want to see?
No, man. I don't think we're at a good spot. I'll echo some of what Jerry Jones said that we needed. He even alluded to what you said earlier, Boss Cowboy, which was really phenomenal. He said, look, without Tampa Bay, we don't get what we got right now. And I'm alluding to a point he was making about the identity of the team. And he named in particular, this was really, really interesting. He named in particular Mike McCarthy. He said Mike McCarthy stepped up and done a great job, as well as the other coaches. Right? Unnamed other coaches. Yeah. And so what he's saying is that Mike McCarthy reeled this thing in, and he allowed us to get our identity, which has resulted in our success right now. And so, listen, I like where the Cowboys are. I still think we need to tweak some things defensively. I still think offensively, I'm worried when we play elite defensive teams. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried. I'm worried about the receiver, and I'm worried about, I'm just worried about the call versus elite defenses when games are super tight. And so, this coming week and versus Green Bay and versus Minnesota the week after, we'll be able to see some things about this team as they face the NFC North best teams basically that are there. So I like where we are, but I think that since we're not active in terms of a weapon, I want to see some Patriot moves. I want to see some Hernandez, Gronkowski route combinations. When they made a ride to the Super Bowl with those 2 young tight ends, I think we need to see some of that out of the Cowboys offense, and we got to have more action to the backs out of the backfield, because this is what's going to open up the one-on-ones to get CeeDee Lamb and Gallup open.
Hey, real quick, so that definitely, I want to definitely talk about. Everybody said, "Dang, boss, that's cold. He too cheap to be captain." Yeah, LVE was too cheap. just can't respect it, bro. You worth $2 million and you trying to be my leader.
Yeah.
I'm not believing LVE is no leader. I mean,
bro,
maybe they do. I'm not there, but I'm sorry. If you watch football, I don't think nobody's like, let's go. When LVE is talking, everybody.
Right.
I'm sorry, I just don't feel that.
Nah,
I just will never feel that.
It was so funny.
He got it off that rookie year with Jalen Smith, but that junk is gone.
It's gone, bro.
LV was trying to tell Clark. LV was telling Clark, get over here, get over here.
Clark said, man, shut up, dog. I got this.
He's telling Clark to get over this way, and the play going to the play side, and he telling Clark to get over to the. I said, damn, man, you got Clark running extra now, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, Clark's got to start, though. Going forward,
Yeah.
Clark has got to start. And just what you were saying, OC, just what you were saying, Boss, and just what we were saying, Law, we got to just see it already. Just the way he played in that game, his fluidity. And I just said it before, Jarrell Cox had been on the team playing special teams the whole daggone time. This dude been sitting out 7 weeks, comes in and plays 40 snaps and plays them effectively. I'm like, dang, Jabril Cox ain't even gonna smell the field now. He ain't even gonna smell the field now.
7 total tackles.
Because he got to be behind. Well, what's the problem? Because I'm hearing that he's so far behind on he can't get on the field. That's what I'm hearing.
Hold on, we got us a super chat from Common Sense Lab real quick, and then yeah, my boy said, I did not want any free agent because we got everything we need on roster. They're just viewed as pups when they are dogs. Besides experience, what don't we have in out rookies that we feel the team needs? Linebacker.
Speed of linebacker.
You can't trust Tolbert,
Jalen Tolbert
right now. Now he might be a baller, but we ain't seen it yet.
Yeah, he keep.
It's more than they just pups.
Yeah, he ain't there yet, man. He got to get some bricks in his pocket.
It's even if he there, it's no evidence that he's there or gonna be there. So at this point, but hey, free agency over with. We can keep crying about it, but it's over with now. You know what I'm saying?
It's over with.
But real quick, I want to talk about something that I'm super happy about, and the OC kicked it off. This gonna take us down a lot of film too. I got a lot of film about this. Okay. I am happy for Mike McCarthy and what he's done in getting us prepared to have an identity on this offense. And I gotta say this, I'm seeing some improvements in Kellen Moore. Not because I think he's smart, because I already knew he was smart. It's the fact that Mike McCarthy got him his stuff working, right? And I'm seeing us make a transition from a system offense to a West Coast offense.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go through it just a little bit, and I want all of us to talk about this film by film, okay? So I did a film session with the OC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Called it Throw It, Pitch It, and Not Just Hand It Off. Because in the Washington game, that's all he was doing. He didn't run toss.
Right.
He ran one counter. He didn't run no jet sweeps. He was very uncreative at all. He didn't throw it to the running backs at all. And so we came out and we said, throw it, pitch it, and not just hand it off. So when you look at the Chicago game, all right, if you look at the
and then let's see what unfolds here, okay?
Hold on real quick. That's the film breakdown we did about what they could be doing, right?
Yeah, leak out.
Talking about them leaking out. So we did all that. But then when you turn on the game, you saw it. You saw to run it, pitch it, catch it. Big yards, big chunks. This is stuff we've been asking for. Move the chains with ease over and over. Right? And they wasn't even creative like Pittsburgh. If you go look at Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh was creative for how they leaked out Bill. We just leaked them out. And you can see the toss. You can see the jet sweeps. You could see them throwing it to the running backs. And you could clearly see it. You know, right there. Even with Turbin. And you can see it being effective on our offense. Just keeping it real. So for those of us who've been taking shots at Kellen Moore,
I'm proud of you.
why?
I'm proud of Bob. That man hates Kellen Moore, and he said 2 good things in 2 weeks. This got to be real.
Yes,
It's real.
indeed.
The film.
That's why I mess with you, because somebody just hit, and a few people like, oh man, now you drinking Kool-Aid. I'm not drinking no damn Kool-Aid. I'm being objective to what I'm seeing.
Right.
Yeah, and this is 4th year, so of course we supposed to see some improvements. We supposed to see this man develop. We shouldn't see the same things that he did year 3, year 2, and year 1. So about time, Kellen Moore. Hey.
Yeah. And that's just one thing. OC, did you have something on that?
Well, what you see is, and you brought this up, Boss Cowboy, so I'm going to give you your flowers fully on this. You said for the first time, you said this a week or 2 ago, for the first time, he's being mentored.
Yep.
And it was a forced mentorship because of what happened versus Tampa Bay.
Yep.
And so regardless of if he wants it or not, Mike McCarthy is basically forcing Kellen Moore to be a responsible play caller.
Yep.
That's what he's doing. He's forcing him to simply be a responsible play caller, and don't be in love with the call, but be in love with the right call in the situation.
Good answer.
And so that's the maturation that you see, and I want Kellen to do well, because as Kellen goes, we go. The better Kellen is, the better this team is.
Facts.
And the better opportunity we have to get to the Super Bowl. So he still needs to be reeled in. You know, he still tries to,
Yeah, he a wild dog.
Do play action pass with 2 minutes left in the 4th and almost get our quarterback killed. But, just instead of just running the ball, just stuff like that. Like, just chill out on that kind of stuff. But other than that, man, he's much improved. Much improved.
And see, that's just one thing. When we were talking about running pitch it, catch it. Because, see, I'm going to give, listen, y'all should already know me. I'm giving him all his flowers now, because I'm going to whoop him tomorrow. I already got it ready. I got because I'm going to get on him on that game management. I'm not going to let him slide on that and that clock control. I'm going to prove it like I'm Perry Mason. But to your point, check this out. This is another thing that I saw about Kellen Moore. This is Kellen Moore talking about Amari Cooper, and I just want y'all to peep it, because it's a big difference. Listen.
Amari talking to us last week expressed some frustration, just wanting to get the ball. Obviously, they all want the ball. Was there a concerted effort on your part to give him more opportunities than in previous games, or that's just the way it went?
I think certainly it's the way it went. Obviously, we love getting the ball to Amari as much as we can. Felt like there were some great opportunities in this particular game.
And see, that's when he was. This is when he was over the system. When he was in full control of the offense and we was running the system-based offense, he didn't respect number ones or weapons. But since Mike
the stubbornness, though. Notice the stubbornness and how he sighed and disdain on when they brought up Amari. Notice his body language. His body language was real bad. Like, how dare you question me about him?
Right.
It was bad. Go ahead.
And so, but this is the difference, though. This is the key difference. Now, Mike McCarthy been obviously on his head about attacking matchups. And now he apologizing for not feeding them boys. Wait. And not only did he apologize publicly, because he disrespected Amari right there. He said, surely we did not target him intentionally. See, that's very arrogant to put your system over playmakers. Just being honest. But now, if you turn on the film, they was intentionally targeting Michael Gallup from the first play, the very first play was to let's get him going, Michael Gallup. And they kept going to him over and over and over in the first half, which is also a Mike McCarthy philosophy where he attacks the matchup. It's not about the system anymore. He obviously had a call sheet that was geared towards Gallup. This is a new Kellen Moore, y'all. That was
It's
built.
a beautiful thing.
What'd you say?
It's a beautiful thing. It's the quiet, slow death of the system. It is the killing, the slow strangulation, just until all the oxygen comes out of the body of my system and no real number ones nonsense until it's all
right. Yeah.
Until it's all out of you. Because we're
choking it
gonna
out.
give the ball to our playmakers.
Can I jump in on that though?
Yep.
I feel y'all, but
you ain't buying it.
Big Game James know better.
Stephen Jones is still over top. No, Stephen Jones is still over top of it. Jerry Jones is still over top of it.
Yeah.
And it feels good right now, but guess what? They're going to meddle. They're going to say, nope, you know what? Because guess what their philosophy is? They don't want the number ones, right? Because they don't want to pay that. So if that's what they say, and he's their boss, he's their boss. So when Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones say, you know what? Blah, 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 need to get the ball today. Blah, blah, need to be in today. Is he going to not be in there? Is he not going to run these plays? So I feel what y'all saying, but I feel like them guys are still the guys that make those decisions, and they still influence game plans and play calls, in my opinion.
And if those wide receivers,
I think that you have a good point.
But those wide receivers can do that against Eric Stokes and Zaire Alexander and Savage, then I would say, okay, we on to something. You targeted that, and they did that against those boys. But let's see if they can do it against stricter competition. That's all I'm gonna say on that too. But go ahead.
That's real. I like that, Law, because it is more to be proven. It is.
And I think that, here's the thing, Big, and I think your point is good, but Jerry Jones, at least this season, or at least right now in the season, let me say that, he is signed off on Mike McCarthy being in control. And as long as Mike McCarthy is in control, when he has final say on how this offense is run, because remember, they said they want to have something to do what? Evaluate Mike McCarthy.
They did say
They didn't even really understand what he did, what he does. So this is the calling card by which they are evaluating Mike McCarthy, right? And he's been doing a masterful job, basically having his hand up the back of Kellen Moore and he puppeteering it, right?
Facts.
And that's what he's doing. So I also heard something that Jerry Jones said today, and this is something to think about. Jerry Jones said, "Hey man, I didn't think about 10 years ago, man, about running out of time. Now, I'm 80. I think about running out of time now. So, I don't have time for a bad time. So the frustration, and when Dak got hurt on that Tampa Bay game, he's like, okay, look, man, you got to do something.
Wi-Fi monster.
Hold on, man.
The Wi-Fi monster got him. They all said it's Big Mike season. I see y'all in the chat. Yeah, don't worry about it, Law. It's Big Mike season. So, hey, let's bring it, man. I like season all over it. So let's keep putting that season on it.
And so
Big
this
Mike.
is a OC. Yeah, he coming back. Did y'all have anything on that though?
Look at his face.
Just with me, like I said, I'm sorry.
That's real.
I feel
big.
what y'all saying. I feel what y'all saying, but in my heart, in my bones, I'm just like, I don't trust it, and that's why I'm not getting high on this 6-2. I'm keeping even kill, and I'm keeping it that way. Like I said, I'm not jumping out there because I've seen this before. Now, it's a good thing with what you guys are talking about. I feel it. I see it. But once again, I feel like those guys have a heavy influence, and I wonder if it's going to affect. We've seen Tony Pollard, and I still like to see the Zeke and Elliott 1-2. I love that combination. But are they going to influence it? You saw Jerry Jones immediately jump on there and say, no, Zeke is our guy. So you never know. Those things can influence. Maybe we need a game where TP needs to get the rock this game. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe that needs to be a game where it needs to happen. But if the front office jumps in there and say, no, Zeke need to be doing it. You feel what I'm saying? Those things can affect maybe some games down the line. It happened, in my opinion, in that Cardinals. We didn't see Tony Pollard when we needed Tony Pollard in that Cardinals game last year. You feel me? So I'm just saying, from my perspective, I'm still public enemy. I don't believe the hype.
And I feel you, bro. Big. I do want to talk to you about one thing, though. I think long term, you right. I couldn't even object to what you said. Short term, I think Tampa scared the hell out of them, bro.
Right.
The short term. So long term, you so right, bro. They can meddle in any moment. That's the reality. I get it, and I can't fight that. But I just think we got a window. Because remember what you said, Big. You said we gonna have to be what to win it. What did you say we have to be?
We gotta be perfect. Like, dudes gotta play out of their mind.
You also said lucky. I would say we lucky right now, bro. To win 4 games with a backup quarterback.
30 for 30,
you
man.
Know, just like what Law said. We've been talking about it. You know damn well when we get near them playoffs, our guys gonna have to play astronomically insane.
Right.
Yeah. And y'all know it.
Yeah, and
we can't have no blip in the road. They gonna have to play insane.
And that's what I wanted to tell people. Like, yeah, we're getting by with the Noah Browns for right now. D. Gimpy, Michael Gallup, although he's looked approved. Oh, yeah, with the alligator arms of CeeDee Lamb. I think that CeeDee Lamb along the way can still develop, but we need for everybody to be ready and already there. Right now, the wide receiver with the most experience on this tape is what? Noah Brown, or is it Michael Gallup? So somebody got to stand tall. And we got a very young team that when it's time for everything to condense, our guys got to be ready. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not doubting this team, but I'm just saying that you got to be prepared. Don't get mad at the weatherman for saying that it's 90% chance rain and you walk out there and say, hey, I don't need an umbrella. I'm just saying prepare yourself. Go ahead and get that umbrella because it's going to rain.
Facts. And so one more thing real quick I want to also point out about the things that I'm super happy to see. And most of this coming from the Chicago game. I got a new name for Schultz. We came up with a new name for Schultz.
Hot pocket, huh?
Hot pocket. Say, man, that boy Schultz and Dak, bro, when you turn on the film and look how he know how to find them pockets, man, that dude is truly hot pocket.
When you want a hot meal without a big deal, what are you gonna pick? Hot pocket.
Hey man, when you showing that hot pockets make me
smoke weed every day.
Hey man, you show them hot pockets late at night.
You know the hot pockets be banging like at midnight.
Man, them hot pockets, boy. Hey, listen, bro, I was making
be banging.
Man, I was making this. I was getting so hungry making this, dog. Ooh, I had to go.
You gotta get the right ones, but you get the right ones, boo, man. The things is banging. You gotta cook them just right, though.
Just right, man.
Oh yeah, you gotta. Yeah.
You burning your house, so you touch.
Say, do y'all? Hold on. I gotta ask y'all a question. Do y'all cut y'all hot pockets? Do y'all eat it?
Man,
I'll break them shit straight open.
Break it straight open. Who eat the
burn
hot
my
dog?
mouth, look.
Who eat the hot
right
dog straight up, man?
Burn your gums.
You already know the cheese is dripping. You like,
yeah, man. Yeah. But that boy Schultz, bro, like
hot pocket.
That boy is hot, man. And this is one thing that's obvious. He would not have no chemistry nowhere else but with Dallas. Because his whole game is about hot pockets. That's it.
Hot pocket.
But he do it well. He do it so well. That is the thing that he got on them other tight ends. I'm just being honest. Even though...
You know what I like, though, boss?
What's that?
It's how that he see Hinder shot right there?
Oh, yeah.
See Hinder shot down there? That's what I like. That tight end, we can play Hinder shot like a damn receiver. I said he reminded me of Aaron Hernandez, not the bad Hernandez off field, but the on field. As soon as I saw him, the body type, you can spread him out wide, and I like that. Just saying about him in that tight position.
Yeah.
But look at Schultz, man. Like, look how he just read this zone and he go just roll right behind that linebacker. Boop, man, you got Schultz. Ooh, and see, it's and he can do this on a bad knee.
Bad knee, man.
Him and Dak is pitch and catch on this. Look, he do it again.
Ooh, that's an elite throw right
That was a
there,
good
man.
pass. That was a good pass right there, though.
Floating
When you
right
want a
over.
hot meal without a big deal, what you gonna pick? Hot pocket.
Hot pocket.
Schultz, man.
Hot pocket Schultz, bro.
There it is. You got.
Man.
Yep, we giving you that one, boss.
I'm giving you that one, man.
Hot pocket. I'm giving you that one, boss.
He might unblock me on Twitter now.
Man, that
he
hot
gonna unblock
pocket.
me on Twitter when I say hot pocket
He
Schultz.
money.
You know. Yo.
He is money
We
on
gonna
this.
unblock everywhere we give him that name.
Yeah,
Unblock
bro.
us, please, Hot Pocket.
That's him, bro. That's the official name of
Man.
Schultz. Hot pocket. Boy, that boy, he
pocket.
kill it on them pockets, bro. And see, this is all the stuff I was thinking about today. About what are we the midpoint of the season, and why am I focused on offense? Because offense is what was sorry, and I'm seeing us turn the corner. The OC made a prediction. He said, "I think we go get better."
Yeah. We are.
Yeah, man. At the end of the day, man, here's the deal. I think that as you see the immersion of the West Coast principles in this offense, we have the personnel to be successful with those concepts. And what I should do, and maybe me and Boss Cowboy do it, or maybe I'll do it, just a concept video about the West Coast concepts and how they relate to the Dallas Cowboys. Because if we run the right strategy with our personnel, we'll be very effective and very hard to stop. And that's the key, and that's what Mike McCarthy has masterfully slowly done, is incorporate West Coast concepts and plays that make sense off the play action to make us more successful. And because we have a really good run blocking offensive line and a good pass pro offensive line, in my opinion, we're able to do these things pretty effectively. And that's what I think, man. So as long as we keep our foot on the gas and he continues to manage Kellen Moore, we're going to be in great shape.
Facts. I want to run this question by y'all. I'm going to start with you, Big, because I trust that the final word is going to keep it real. No bias, no favorites. What's y'all thoughts on this controversy between Zeke and Pollard?
Wow. I've been saying Zeke needs to be the bell cow. He needs to be the starter because he can loosen up that defense. I'm torn. I ain't gonna lie. I'm torn. I'm torn like a musk.
Ohio
I am
State.
torn like a musk. Yep, I'm torn like a musk, sucker. Cause, dog, let's keep it real. I know. But dog, you can't tell me this offense just seems just like it's just more explosive. And that's not saying Zeke don't get carries and nothing like that. But damn, dog, when Tony Pollard is getting that rock, bro, it's the offense just picks it up, the tempo picks up, everything picks up. I remember when you saw the Jerome Bettis come off the bench where Willie Parker was going nuts and Jerome Bettis was being the battering ram at the end of the damn game.
Yeah.
Sealing the game. You feel me?
Dracarys.
So I'm just saying that's the tough one right now, dog, because Tony Pollard got this offense lit. That's the truth. Like, it is. When he's in there, it's lit. It's just looks like the team is picking up, and please don't take no disrespect from this Zeke. I'm not. This ain't no disrespect on no Zeke, bro. This is just what you really see when the offense gets him in there, and it was lit up. I know it was Chicago, but I don't give a hell. If you let him get that ball out, let's see him tote it. Let's see him tote it in that Green Bay. If Zeke is hurt again, and let's see him tote it again, and he go crazy again, that need to be a real conversation right now.
Wait.
Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
I wasn't expecting that.
Big game, James.
Game changer.
Let's have some fun. Let's have a good time, man. Let's kick it.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that.
Well, he goes to this, and I know Big Game James 30 for 30 club, you know, but the formula to me is 25, and I said I don't care how they get it, long as they get to 25. I want them to run the ball, and I think that there will be some games that Zeke the Freak need to have it, and then there will be some games that Tony Pollard need to tote the rock, and it goes like this. If it's for the defense to get softened up by Zeke, then run it. But for dog sure, after what we seen, what Tony Pollard did behind this offensive line, you can't go through games with only 4 touches. You can't go through games with only 5, 6. You got to get them up to that 10 marker. I said on Twitter earlier that I want Tony Pollard anywhere between 10 and 15, just like I want Dak Prescott anywhere between 24 and 27, no more. I like that because there's this thing that I know for sure. Boss Cowboy knows about this law of diminishing rates of return. That's always going to be the actuality of this. So you want to be able to condense those things, utilize both of those guys, and get that good stuff, those good rates of return from those guys. But let's not push the issue too much. I like Ezekiel Elliott. There will be times that if it's a passing situation and the blitz are coming through the A-gap, I don't want you guys to be saying, man, I wish Ezekiel Elliott was in there because Tony Pollard got cast out. No, I need Ezekiel Elliott to be in there to keep the quarterback upright. Think about it. The quarterback broke his thumb. It wasn't because Ezekiel Elliott was in the backfield. Go back and look at the tape. I rest my case.
Wait.
The truth was that
So we just leave him in there for blocking?
No, you don't really,
Well,
no, you don't.
Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing, Law?
no,
Just leave him in there for blocking then?
No, you can still get his touches.
Tony Pollard need about 15. He not no. I don't want to hear 10
to 15.
Law.
You
I wanna
never
hear
seen
15.
Tony
I
over
don't wanna
20.
hear 10.
You never seen Tony. You never seen Tony
That's
hit
cool.
20.
I don't need 20. Tony with 15 though is good.
He went 15.
And Tony need to be up in there. Yeah, I know we got third. But
he was
then
laboring.
bring Zeke in
He
on
was
third
laboring
down.
too. He was laboring with those 15. He was like,
he was laboring
He
on
was
that
laboring.
with those 15.
He was.
Just because he don't never get that work.
He was
don't never
laboring.
get that work. That's why he was laboring, because he don't never get work.
See, I thought I was the only one that saw that, Law. I saw him laboring,
But
dog.
he don't never get the work. That's why he be laboring, right?
that last touchdown, he was jogging out in. That last touchdown he got, he was jogging
He
out.
still got it
Like,
in,
bro,
though. He still got it in, though. That's the thing.
No, he did. He did. I ain't fighting you, but let me say one thing. Here's the deal. It's not one or the other, it's both. Because the tougher the defensive line and the front seven is, those are the games that you're really going to need Ezekiel Elliott, man, to really make one quick jump cut, pound it in there, use his physicality to bang out 4 to 6 yards. All right? And you need Tony Pollard for the explosive long play element. You definitely do, because Tony Pollard is the difference between a 7-yard game and a 25-yard game. You know what I mean? In terms of his explosiveness at this point. But Ezekiel Elliott is still fast enough, quick enough, and more powerful than a Tony Pollard. And you're going to need him in certain situations. So to balance that, to balance the flow in terms of blocking, but also running the ball, you need both of these guys. But Tony Pollard did a fantastic job. I say this. You know, hey, first time you're lucky, second time it's a fluke, and the third time you're consistent. So I want to see Tony Pollard have another huge game, especially versus Green Bay and or Minnesota. And I would,
Start him against Green Bay, OC.
I'm cool with starting. I'm fine with starting. But I'm saying you need to give Ezekiel his carries. I don't care who you start. To me, it doesn't matter.
For sure. Right, yep.
To me, it doesn't matter who you start.
I'm with you with that, but what I'm saying is, if he started just like maybe what Law was saying, go kind of with the matchups. If you kind of feel like, man, we can kind of get loose on this team if we kind of attack them quickly and put Tony in there and let's get some quick tempo in this game.
Right.
Do that and don't worry about the ego, Jerry Jones. That's where I say, you feel me? Say this is where I say Law and Boss and OC and Boss, especially right here. This is where I say the meddling comes in, because this is where the stubbornness can jump in, where he could say, no, he's the big money back. He got to play, and it could be a game where you like, ooh, we really need Tony in this game. Chill right here. You feel me? That's where I worry about it, because that's what I worry about.
Well, this goes back to the Sun
too,
conversation.
That's a good concern.
This goes back to the Sun conversation, because at the end of the day, if I want a certain guy in there, then hey, man, they can force a guy to be in there. But really, to your point, Big, which is a beautiful point, you got to play a scheme and the matchups and understand that, hey, man, Tony Pollard benefits us in this situation. Ezekiel Elliott is going to be beneficial in this situation. I'm not saying you can't use them interchangeably to an extent, but at the end of the day, man, Tony Pollard still got that afterburn. But to Law's point, which is beautiful, I don't think he's a 20 carry guy. I don't think that. I think he's a 12
I agree.
guy.
I agree.
And you know what? We've seen this play out before.
I agree.
Who remember? It's gonna go back. Matt Forte. Who remember him for Chicago?
Yep.
Chicago.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. He was decent, man. He was really he was a little bit more than decent. He was good. He was
nice.
nice when they was with
good.
Thomas. When he was him and Thomas Jones. When they had the split situation, that was good. You know, I like that. And his build is similar to Matt Forte, about 6'1" or 218. And if you were go all the way back,
nice receiver.
he was nice. So that's Tony. Tony is a faster him. And what, Adrian Foster for the Texans? I think the Adrian was just
Arian
a little bit bigger. Arian, yeah. He's big, though. He was 220.
He's bigger.
He was bigger.
Yeah, Aaron
Foster
was big. No, Aaron Foster was like 230. Aaron Foster was like 230.
The style of how Tony runs gracefully like him, but shiftier. And slider.
Shifty, yeah.
So
and afterburners, because he couldn't really put them afterburners. Like once Tony kind of hit them afterburners, he like kind of gone with it. You feel me?
Yeah.
He a burner.
So that's why I like Tony. I like what he brings to the table. I like the way he catches out of the backfield. Always make the first guy miss, similar to those two running backs that I just called out. I just think that what you got to do is just get him more than 4 and 5 touches, man. Come on, we can't have a game. Yeah. We just can't have a game like what we seen out of the 49ers last year or week 1.
Never again, dog.
Cardinals game too. The Cardinals game really had like 3 touches in that game.
Yes, bro. Like, and this is the thing. This is why I'm encouraged. This is why I was saying my midpoint major encouragement that I'm seeing is Kellen Moore. See, because this is the thing about that Michael Gallup tier, right? When he apologized to Michael Gallup, is he showing? Because remember, Mike McCarthy said you need to have a call sheet for Michael Gallup, for CD Lamb, for Pollard. He's showing that he's following the instructions that Mike McCarthy gave him, and where he can feature you. So the biggest takeaway that I'm saying from the Chicago game and just where we are in the midpoint of the season, I agree with you, Big, 100%, and I think you said it best. No, it was it might have been both of y'all. But at this point, you got to commit to Pollard getting touches. Maybe not even running the ball. You just got to put it in his hands. I'm going to say it just like Mike McCarthy. I don't care how you do it. You can throw it to him. You can pitch it. You can do. I don't care, but give him his 15. He should be featured.
He's the most explosive player on offense, isn't he, boss?
Yeah.
But 15,
yeah, he is.
15 and 10 is 25. So that means that's my number, 25. So unless y'all gonna go 30 for 30, 15 and 15.
30 for 30, baby. 30
I'm
for
with
30.
15 and 50.
30
Yeah,
for 30.
Treat them balls in perfect balance. I'm with that. And I think Richard said it best. Because this is, to me, because I got a video coming out tomorrow about Zeke versus Pollard. One of the things that I talk about that you brought up, Law, and I'm impressed that you saw that, bro. It was the fact that you could tell that them hits was adding up on Pollard. And what I talk about in my video tomorrow, that a lot of people not factoring in, and that's genetics. And it's different than weight. Oh, they about the same size, boss. No, one of those guys built for punishment.
Yeah.
One of those guys can take punishment out and give it.
Solid. Look at
and
that
go.
Head. Look at how big that head is and that neck.
Bro,
you know.
Law, I swear to God, Law,
head.
I can't even believe you said head size.
Yeah.
Bro, I put that in my video. I wish I would have went at it. I swear to God, I talked to even about their head size, bro.
Yeah.
And people not factoring that in though. See, it's the style of those guys. See, that's why everybody that want Pollard to be running back one, I'm sorry, y'all. He never go be that. His frame is not built for that. But
he's built for a number 2, but you can still be having a quality 2 with him though.
Yeah, and I'm with you. That's why I'm saying he gotta get 15 touches, bro.
He's like
he gotta get 15
touches.
touches.
He's an ectomorph for this boy.
And I'm gonna say something that ain't none of y'all said, Boss Cowboy. I'm surprised you ain't said this. Look, all this apologizing about, Michael Gallup, man. Kellen Moore is trying to play the part, man. Kellen Moore wants to keep his J, man. He understands what time it is, and he gotta at least appear submissive, bro. That's what that is, man. So, I don't even know if he's trying to change. That, hey, like my son say, that's cat. That's cat. Man, that's cat. That's cat. All right, so I'm just want to throw it out there.
It's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen. Wrong. You are fake news.
Basically, that's what you said. God no, boy, that boy Kelly boy, you out there playing the game. I apologize, Michael Gallup, for not giving you the ball.
His political round.
He know what time it is. He know what time it is.
All right, so final words, man. I kick it off. I'm excited about where we are in the season. We still got to keep the pressure up, though. We are past the trade deadline. I'm not going to cry about it. We have enough to win it all with what we got inside. Another thing that we also have now that we didn't have before the trade deadline is time. So now we get to see what Dak does with these weapons. We get to see if CeeDee Lamb really becomes a true playmaking 88 number 1. Not just a number 1, 88 number 1. It's a difference. Because you weren't 88, big dog. You just not a number 1. You know what I'm saying? So we get to see. And now we have time. We have a little bit of time. Hopefully we need to be flirting with Odell Beckham just in case these receivers start trending down. In case we start getting unlucky. But in terms of the trade deadline, I'm cool. I think we gonna be okay. I ain't tripping. But I'm super happy that we seeing the West Coast philosophies creep up into our offense, and I think we're becoming December ready. Big Game James and the OC said this the most. You want to be peaking in December, not November, not October, not September. And the way that I'm seeing us build out the bye and going into the bye, I see us preparing for balance. A good offense that can get you 24 points and a stagey defense that can keep most teams under. That's my final word.
All right, well, I can jump in here on this one. My final word is this. We'll see. Kind of just bouncing off you, boss. We'll see. I like how the team is, how it looks, but I've seen this story before. I'm gonna go out and say it again. I've seen this story before. But I will say, being hot toward the end of the season does matter.
Yep.
When you look at the end of the season when Dallas played, we had that really big game against the Cardinals that we fell flat on our face, right?
Facts.
And then you had the Philly game, but that wasn't a real game to me, right? So really that taste of the Cardinals was still there before we played San Francisco. You feel me?
Facts.
So I'm looking at, are we going to be hot at the end of the season? Because that matters. Because in my opinion, like I said, Dallas Cowboys, when they get in the playoffs and they are going to the playoffs, they need to be playing hot. They need to be playing up tempo. They need to be playing out of their mind, because that's how it's going to get there. It can't be a series. One of the things I talked about on the show Sunday was Dak is a rhythm guy. We hear about guys being a rhythm guy. Dak is a rhythm guy.
He is
a rhythm guy. And when Dak gets in that rhythm early, the whole team changes. You saw it in that San Francisco game. Dak did not get in a rhythm, and it threw the whole damn game out of whack. Dak has got to be in a rhythm. So please, Dak be in a rhythm. Let's get hot, and we'll see what happens. That's my final word.
Good one. Hoodie.
Watch Boss Cowboy Sports tomorrow. CeeDee Lamb is not a true number one. We need to get somebody else in the building, if at all possible. If you do not, you have to win with West Coast concepts and throwing the ball to these tight ends. Defensively, put Clark on the field. Let him grow, let him mature, let him do his thing. If we do that and we continue to be consistent, improving versus the run, this Cowboys team can go a long way. Mike McCarthy, to your point, Boss Cowboy, hold the leash. Hold the leash. Hold it tight. And the Cowboys will be in good shape.
Hold the leash. Hold it tight. Man, straight up.
No doubt, man. Not just Dak Prescott need to get in rhythm in order to have a great game. The Cowboys itself, we are now 14-0 under Mike McCarthy when we score first. So the name of the game is get into it and make sure that we score first. And of course, CeeDee Lamb, I can agree with my guy, the OC. He's not arised yet to that number one status. He's still developing. This is his third year, and no wide receivers in the Cowboys uniform ever had the type of years of career stats that CeeDee Lamb had in his first two. So I get it. This team, we got a long way to go. I think that if you add to and stop taking away, maybe it could be James Washington. Maybe it could be him that can help elevate this wide receiver core. I know you got to give me that button there, but it's one of those things that I'm filled with optimism, and I hope that this team, that's all we can have now is hope. Hold on, pain is ending. You know, write that down, Cowboy Nation.
Pain is ending.
Somebody gonna write down hope. Hold on, pain is ending. But here's the thing, though. The Dallas Cowboys 6-2, and no one thought that the Cowboys would be at this spot and at this place. Right now, the power rankings, if you fall in love with that, the Cowboys are ranked 5th in the National Football League, and I'm looking down and I'm looking up on that list, and I'm sitting there saying, all of these teams are beatable. We have a strong chance, not a weak chance, of going all the way deep inside. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to, I'm about to say whip it out, but I'm not going to, damn, I said it, I'm not going to whip it out and show everybody because this team, we got 9 games left. And hey, if we finish strong, baby, don't you know what can happen? Since 1995, boy, it can go crazy. So all we got to do is just stay focused, stick to the strip. Everything will work out, Cowboy Nation. That's my final word.
That's it. All right, man, that's the final word, man. And then next week, we're going to be definitely talking about Green Bay. And tomorrow, I will be doing a full breakdown on Kellen Moore's lack of game management. It's going to be worth it. Y'all come back.
Subscribe. Y'all be sure to subscribe, baby.
I've been really in the field, let the rush, I let the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
The final word.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check us on. Lately, I just wanna run
Like, why you put the finger up to that dude, bro? We was in the zone, bro. We was having too much fun that day. I remember, but we was feeling good.
I know, right?
We was feeling good. James Washington.
Man, that blazer, they gonna make me want to put that blazer on tomorrow.
Man, that boy thing.
I got a blue one like that too. I got a blue one.
Yeah, man. Now you was killing the game that day, dog. You came heavy on it.
We had a good time that day, man.
Oh yeah, that was the start of everything.
Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it
too legit.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.